tone. New war zone. Yeah, we came to talk it. Pain and gold. No bones about it. Let it roll. Asa's got them good stack high. Old take heat and that sharp eye. Manager day shame. Make fly. Seen every lock up, every running lie. Play fabulous, came late, but she locked in quick. Costume drama, that spotlight slick. The pageantry, the flair, the grit. Found her home in the chaos of it. Switch been down since way back when. Horrorflix, dark dot sports again. CTR with that brother team. No bones crew, we the body slam dream. Time to welcome everybody to the room then. Balls for a prayer, the super kick the finish in. Take a hound to the moon, watch them run and feel. No bones about wrestling, now is here. Books, toys, docs, and game night fights. Old school love in the modern lights. We don't just watch, we study the craft. Hear that crowd, we build on that. No bones about wrestling. No bones about wrestling. We break it down. We bring the heat. No bones about wrestling. No bones about wrestling. Four voices strong. Bring heat to these seats.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling. I'm one of your hosts, Asa. How are you doing tonight? And I'm going to be joined shortly by my co-host, Switch. And this is AEW Weekly. And I can't get the background to come up for some reason, so that's great. Oh, no, there we go. And Switch is here. How's it going, man?
Good, bro.
Good.
Let's get it.
Yep. Yeah, well, welcome everybody to AEW Weekly. So if you're new to this show, we're going to do the bone ratings for the matches on Dynamite and Collision last week. We are going to talk about some news, rumors, storylines in AEW. Going to do a preview of Dynamite tonight, and we are going to do our top 5 rankings for the men, women, and teams of AEW. Eric Tate says, I love that song. So I don't know, you missed it again, Switch. I guess we play your song at the beginning now. You know?
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's
so,
not my song. That's our song.
Yeah, I got you. So thank you, Eric. You owe it to Switch on that one. So yeah, I love that song. It gets in the head, no bones, all about wrestling, no bones. All right, but yeah, everybody, let's get started. Last week, AEW Dynamite, July 15th, Boston, Massachusetts. They did 786,000 viewers, and that ties AEW's largest audience since July 17th, 2024. So 2 years, highest audience. So that's good news for AEW there. I don't know. What do you think the difference is, Switch? Why are the ratings up so much right now?
Maybe because Kenny's champ now.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Kenny Omega.
Kenny is champ now. Not to mention Hangman did come back, so got some things to look forward to. Plus, we got the pay-per-view coming up.
Right. So the show started off with a World Tag Team title match. We had Cope and Cage defending their belts against Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders. Pretty good match. Cage pinned Yuta after a double team spear by he and Copeland. They kept the belts. I gave it 3.5 bones out of 5.
Yep, I gave it 3.5 bones out of 5 too. It was a good match.
So yeah, if
good
you're new
opening.
To us, yeah, definitely. If you're new to us, 0 bones is terrible. 5 bones is great. That's how we do it. Next matchup, Andrade El Idolo versus Jake Doyle of the Callis family. And if Andrade wins, he faces Mark Davis for the national title at Redemption. And Andrade did win. He finished with the DM, got the pin, and now gets a national title shot against Mark Davis at Redemption Sunday. And I gave this one also 3.5 bones out of 5. It was a little one-sided for me.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I went 3.5 bones too.
I mean, Jake Doyle looked good. They just didn't let him get a lot of stuff in, you know?
Yeah.
Up next, we had a squash match. We saw Brodito, that's Bandito, and Brody King. They beat Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado, who I didn't even know, didn't even realize they still work for AEW. But
Me neither.
there they were.
Yeah, at least not Aaron.
Yeah, there they were in a tag match, and they got their butts kicked. I don't like all these squash matches that they do. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't get it. In this day and age, I don't get it, man.
With the roster that they got, they shouldn't have to have maybe once a month or something like that, but you don't need it. They don't need it.
Yeah. And Eric says, do you think AEW will ever do a show at Center Stage? I didn't realize Center Stage was still there. I think that's in Atlanta, where WCW used to do a bunch of shows. I mean, if they have the opportunity to, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, if anybody was to do one, they should be the one to do one there.
Mm-hmm. So that would be cool. I've never thought about that. That's a good question, Eric. Like I said, I didn't even realize Center Stage was still there. So that's news to me. I assumed it was a relic of the past at this point. Up next on Dynamite, we had an international title match. We saw the new champion, Kyle Fletcher. He was accompanied by Don Callis and Lance Archer. He's in the Callis family. And he defended against Commander. And this match was fantastic. Commander was amazing. He did some amazing shit throughout this match. Like all sorts of different Hurricane Ranas and Canadian Destroyer off the top rope. I don't understand why Commander isn't on AEW more. Because he's the kind like you would show your friends to get them to watch AEW.
So yeah, definitely.
Fletcher won, though. He hit a brain buster and got the pin. Keeps his title. And he looked great as well. Not to take anything away from Kyle Fletcher. He was great, too. I gave this one 5 bones out of 5. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, I gave it 5 bones out of 5. And You talked about Commander. Commander was awesome, but Fletcher's selling. Can we talk about his selling? I love the way he sells for people, man. And that's really what made the match for me. But yeah, this was awesome. Pink Panther is always awesome to me. One of my favorites to watch wrestle.
Yeah, he's great. He just keeps getting better too, I feel like, Fletcher.
Yeah.
Next up, we saw Darby Allin versus Brian Cage of the Callis family. And fucking 160-pound Darby Allin, who they bill as 170 or 175,
soaking wet,
beat the Machine Brian Cage. I do not accept this. I know it's not real, but come on, man. There's a point where realism has to come into it a little bit. Like there is no competition, no physical competition that Darby Allin could beat Brian Cage in. Nothing. And you know, I talk about it every week on this show. I love Brian Cage. He's super versatile for as big as he is. And he looks great. May not have the mic skills, but that's why he has Don Callis.
Exactly.
And I think Brian Cage should be in the world title picture. I really do. He's amazing. He's another one that you would show to your friends. Be like, look at this guy. You know, I mean, he's got that suplex from where he stands on the second rope, suplexes them from outside the ring to in. He just throws everybody he wants around like they were a pillow, you know?
Yeah, big ass could do Hurricane Ranas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great. But and Darby Allin hit 2 coffin drops and pinned him. This was a pretty good battle. I mean, it was a good match, but just like I said, just believability comes in when you get to something like Allin versus Cage. And anyways, it was a good enough match. I still gave it 4 bones out of 5.
I gave it 3.5 bones, and it's basically for what you've been saying. And the whole thing, like with Brian Cage, he's gone for a long time, and he comes back, and he'd have lost more matches than winning since he's been back. When it comes to singles matches, and I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And as far as Darby getting a clean win, 2 coffin drops, if it would have been like some shenanigans where Darby could have got something and really laid him out some kind of way, then I could believe that, But 2 coffin drops, pin, and it's over with. Like, it don't do nothing for me, man.
Yeah, what it should have been, and we usually don't play this game on here. What it should have been, but I'll tell you what it should have been is like Darby leaves the skateboard at ringside. Don Callis or Lance Archer grabs the skateboard, tries to hit Darby with it, smacks Brian Cage instead, coffin drop, pin. That's what it should have been. Make it
something to protect him. Yeah. Something to protect Cage. I would accept that.
I mean, Darby weighs less than he weighs as much as like a high school kid, man. It's ridiculous. Anyways, let's move on. I complain about that enough. The main event of Dynamite, which I don't think it should have been the main event. I think that international title match definitely should have been the main event.
Definitely.
But the main event was Willow Nightingale, Maya World, and High On versus the Owen Hart Cup winner, Mercedes Moné, and she teamed with the Women's World Tag Team Champions, Divine Dominion. And Mercedes hit the Moneymaker and got the pin on High On. So Monet and Divine Dominion got the win. It was good. It was good enough, but as I said, not good enough for a main event. I give it 3.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I went 3.5 too, man. 3.5 bones. That's all I can say about that. I don't know what I understand trying to let the females get get some main event time, but this wasn't the one.
Yeah, I agree. And Fazby says, let's go. But it's my 30-minute power nap for Dynamite. Gave you guys a like. Well, your 30-minute power nap needs to be 7:30 to 8. You stick with us till 7:30, whenever we talk to.
Ain't it though?
Yeah.
Old Faz.
And so we usually do a watch-along for Dynamite. Tonight we are not doing one. I'm tired. K Fabulous is tired. We're not in the mood. So
and we got a lot of wrestling coming up this week, so we can afford it for this week.
Mm-hmm. We got the Redemption prediction show Friday at 7. I'm going to a show Sunday, and then when I get back, we're going to have our Redemption pay-per-view coverage. Won't start at 7, I don't think, on Sunday, but it will start as soon as we can. And again, if you want to catch our pay-per-view coverage, the best bet is to subscribe to us. That way, as soon as we start it, you can start it with us. Because, like I said, it won't start at 7, but it should start before 8, I'll say. Mm-hmm. So, Fazby says he'll hang around. Good. Thank you, Faz. All right, so that was Dynamite. Again, the highest rated AEW show in 2 years. So I don't know how much big stuff they gave people to watch. The best was Fletcher versus Commander, definitely. And we had, isn't this the show where they did Kenny Omega's championship celebration?
Yeah.
And then the Young
Which
Bucks,
was a good segment. He him and Kevin Knight talked and stuff, and then it was a good segment.
Mm-hmm. And then the Young Bucks, they came out and came out and gave him a new belt, didn't they?
Yeah. Got rid of the Triple B and gave him a new belt. I don't know if it was the original AEW belt, but it's not the Triple B no more.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was the original one either. That's behind us right now. I love the way that belt looks. But yeah, so it was a good show, but when you got so many viewers' eyes on it, you wish they would have put on a better show and a better main event too. You know?
I was reading the Bleacher Report, and they gave the show a C-. Some people was giving it D's.
A lot of people were negative on Dynamite last week. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It was good, not great. But yeah, you got that women's trios tag with 2 teams that aren't even teams. Nothing on the line. That's your main event. That's not good.
And a squash match.
No Kenny Omega. No Kevin Knight. No Young Bucks. I mean, you could go on and on about who's not on the show. No Jay White. left off a lot of their big stars. But anyways, that's what it was. So hopefully people liked it and they'll tune in tonight. It's good to see AEW's viewership going up.
Mm-hmm.
And they were still doing pretty good numbers during the World Cup, even.
Yeah.
And I can tell it's probably people like me who love wrestling, and soccer's all right, but like if wrestling's on, I'm never gonna watch soccer. So
me too.
Yeah. I watched one game. I watched whenever the U.S. lost. I watched that game. Faz B asks, who do you think will win in a fight? TK, excuse me, Tony Khan versus Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette, no doubt.
Cornette all day. All day.
He'd fight dirty as hell. He'd like grab Tony Khan by the balls and shit.
Swing that racket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think Tony Khan he doesn't look like much of a fighter to me.
Nothing about Tony Khan is intimidating to me.
No. So I think Jim Cornette, all day. And then plus he's been in matches, which of course are not real fights, but I think he knows enough fake fighting that he would beat Tony Khan in a real fight. Yeah, no doubt. Hands down. I would bet I would give Tony Khan like 10,000 to 1 odds. All right, AEW Collision, July 18th. They were still in Boston for this one. 399,000 viewers, so around half of Dynamite's viewership.
And you know what?
What?
That I forgot. You did. I'm sorry to cut you off. It is in Boston. That's why the main event for Dynamite was what it was, because Monet's from there. Yep. So
good call. Yeah, good call. I realized that as I was watching it. Now I forgot it. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. So was Collision live?
I couldn't tell, man. It felt like it was taped, but I thought I heard somebody say that Collision was taped this last week.
But I didn't see any spoilers anywhere,
Me neither.
So if it was live, that means everybody stayed in Boston from Wednesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know. It just seems like, 4 days, and the wrestling companies don't usually run that way, But whatever. The AEW is different. Oh, Eric says taped last Thursday. Thank you, Eric.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense then. But I still didn't see any spoilers anywhere, which is really weird. But I try to avoid spoilers. I never want spoilers, I want to see it live, All right, Collision. Opening match. Jungle Jack Perry took on someone we haven't seen in a while in AEW, and that is the young man, Nick Wayne. What is he, 19 still? 20?
I think he's 20 now. I think he's 20 now.
Still can't even drink, and he's that good at wrestling. They both look good, I thought. Jack Perry just signed that new contract with AEW. Nick Wayne looked great. Every time I haven't seen him for months, and every time I see him, he's taken some steps forward. I think if he can put on some mass, some muscle, I think he'll be a big star. I think he's going to be a big star.
Yeah, I think he will.
Since he came in, I've never seen anyone so young be such a good wrestler.
The last time we had somebody that young, 1, 2, 3 Kid, that was really good.
Maybe 1, 2, 3 Kid, yeah. And a little before that, probably Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey
Mysterio Jr., I mean.
Yeah. But it's been a while.
It's been a while. So they opened up. Jack Perry got the win with a running knee to the head of Nick Wayne. I thought it was a pretty good match, pretty good back and forth. They both broke out some good offensive moves. I gave it 4.5 bones out of 5.
Yep, I agree with you, bro. 4.5 bones, man. I enjoyed this match.
Nice. And Eric says Jack needs to win that AEW championship someday. I think he will someday. I don't know if he needs to or not, but I think he will. What do you think, Switch?
Yeah, he will, man. He's like, I expect everybody in the elite, except for maybe the Young Bucks, to touch that belt at least once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Perry is probably pretty big in the plans for AEW's future. It doesn't seem like that Tony Khan knows what he wants to do with him right now, but I think he'll figure it out pretty soon, figure out some path. He did have that national title reign, and they were doing that thing on the, with he and Luchasaurus traveling on the bus across the country, which was all right. It was something different. It was kind of entertaining, but I believe Luchasaurus got hurt, right?
Yeah.
So that's off now. So we need to find something else for Perry. But yeah, I agree with you, Eric. I think, both of us agree with you. Yeah, I think he will win the world title someday, a couple years from now. And he's popular. He's always over, Crowd was big on Perry's side for this match.
Yeah.
Second match on Collision was a TNT title match. We saw the Jet, Kevin Knight of the Callis family. He took on AR Fox, and now AR Fox is fantastic. Why he deserved a TNT title match is beyond me, though. I mean, when's the last time he won a fucking match? Why does he get a title shot?
I mean, well, if you go off of Ring of Honor, he was just the TV champion in Ring of Honor, so he gets his wins in Ring of Honor. So I don't know if we're counting that as far as AEW wins, but I think it was mostly because they knew that it would be a good match, and I believe this was an awesome match to me.
And Fazby says, did you guys hear that Ty Conti wanted her release last year and Sammy unfollowed AEW? I think both leaving. I think he's talking about Ty Mello, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Ty Conti is. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, Fazby, actually.
Yeah.
And he says, hopefully they take Anna Jay with them.
We are definitely going to get into that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit here. All right, so great match. I mean, AR Fox is great. He is an innovator, which you cannot say that about too many people in the business nowadays. You feel like almost everything's been done before. It's just doing it differently. But he isn't just doing old stuff differently. He makes up new shit, new spots. You will always see something you've never seen before in an AR Fox match. And this match was great. He outshone Kevin Knight in this match, definitely. But Kevin Knight was good. Knight finished off Fox with a UFO splash for the pin, keeps the TNT title, and I gave this one 4.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 4.5 bones too. Kevin Knight bringing out the UFO splash. I don't think we've seen that since he's won the belt.
I think
he was doing a different finisher, and AR Fox, man, like you said, man, you know who he kind of reminds me of? This generation's the guy that used to play Mortis in WCW.
Oh, Chris Kanyon.
Chris Kanyon, yes, because Chris Kanyon used to pull out some stuff out of nowhere, and that's who AR Fox kind of puts me in the mind frame of this generation's Chris Kanyon, man. I love AR Fox, yo.
That's a good comparison, yeah. Kind of the innovators of their generations, yeah. Like you said, Chris Kanyon, same way. He would always pull out something you've never seen before,
Yeah.
He was very underrated. I think him being gay probably held up his career a bit,
I don't know if him being gay in his mind, I think hurt him because people didn't find out he was gay until like after his after he was gone, after his run. He was spending so much time trying to bottle that joint up. If y'all haven't seen the Dark Side of the Ring on him, that one was a good one. That one made me tear up because, like Asa said, he was so underrated. He could have been bigger than what he was. Just in ring work. He was a good character. He always showed up when he did. Yeah. That's what I think.
Didn't he kill himself?
Yeah,
that's sad.
Battling them demons, man.
Yeah, that sucks. Fazby says Ty Conti, her name before marriage. It's Mellow after marriage. I thought Ty Conti sounded familiar. Thank you, Fazby. Daz Reynolds says, is it a good Dynamite card? Also, when do you think Hangman will be in action again? I think it is a pretty good Dynamite card tonight. I give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. We're going to talk about that last thing this show. We're going to do a little brief preview of Dynamite tonight.
Yep.
When do I think Hangman will be in action again? If I had to bet, I would probably say Dynamite next week is my guess. Because the pay-per-view is this Sunday, so we're finishing everything up from this month. So I think we'll get a start on his new story next week. That's my guess.
Hell, it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to jam something in tonight and set up a match for this Sunday.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Tony Khan is the king of adding matches to pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so sometime in the next week, I think, for sure, yeah. All right, third match on Collision. We had a trios match. We had the Callis family. It was Brian Cage, CMLL champion Hechicero, and Jake Doyle. They were accompanied by Trent Beretta, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero. And they took on three guys I don't think I've ever heard of before. Gino Medina, Tome Philippe, and Nick Nolan. And those three guys got their asses kicked. Cage flipped one of them, and he flipped him around, and the guy hit his face on Cage's knee. I don't know what you call that move. It's kind of a weird, kind of lazy-looking finisher, to be honest. But Cage got the pin, and the Callis family got the win, and that's all we need to talk about that match.
Yep.
Up next, we saw new Death Rider, Will Ospreay, Owen Hart Cup winner. He took on a friend of his who we've never seen in AEW before, I don't think, an Australian named Adam Brooks.
We've seen him once.
Okay, all right. When was that?
This was a while ago.
Okay.
A while ago, but we seen him once. They had talked about it on the show. But yeah, we seen him once. I can't remember who it was against, but we seen him once on there.
Okay. And this was a good match. And Ospreay said Brooks used to live with Ospreay's mom, his mother, as we would say in America. So that's interesting. It's pretty close relationship. So it's cool him getting Tony Khan to bring his friend out for a match here. And I thought they both looked good. I wish they had let Brooks get a little more offense in, make it a little more even matched.
You think so? I thought it was pretty even, man. It felt like he got more than what I thought he was going to get.
Real, I didn't feel that way.
Okay,
maybe we'd have to watch it again to know for sure. I didn't feel that way. At the end, Ospreay and John Moxley was on commentary during this, and at the end, Ospreay got on top of Brooks and just kept elbowing him in the head, and the referee stopped the match.
TKO.
Yeah, you don't see a lot. And Ospreay gets the win. I gave it 4 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 4 bones too. But I did enjoy watching that dude Adam, man. I don't know if he's strictly over there in Australia, but I wouldn't mind him getting a contract with AEW.
I was just about to say the same thing. Yeah. Interesting. He's got a good look.
Yeah.
And some good moves. I wonder if he has a gimmick or a character at all. So many people nowadays don't have a gimmick, you know? And
yeah.
We grew up in the time everybody had a gimmick.
Now just everybody wants to just wrestle.
Right. And it just gets old. That's my top 2 complaints. And if you watch our show, you probably know already. My top 2 complaints about wrestling nowadays, I still love it, don't get me wrong, but are almost nobody has a gimmick. Everybody, like Switch just said, I'm a wrestler. I want to be the best wrestler. I want to win the match. I want to win the title. That's their gimmick. Everybody's fucking gimmick. And number 2, the lack of selling. You see that in AEW more than WWE. WWE, I think, is actually better at selling than AEW. But that's my number 2 complaint. Just not enough selling, not selling moves for long enough, not enough good selling, convincing selling. Those are my top complaints. That just made me think about them real quick. Faz B said, Asa, do you smoke, chew tobacco, or a little drinky poo? Trailer park reference on the last one. I do smoke cigarettes. I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to make this pack my last pack. I don't chew tobacco. I've done that once. It was all right. And I used to drink way too much, which is why I don't drink anymore. And Fazby says Ricochet is the best seller in AEW. I might agree with that. He's very good. He's very good.
I'm telling you, Faz. I like Fletcher's selling, though, man.
I would put Fletcher right there with Ricochet. Those might be the best two.
Yeah.
Up next, we had a non-title match. We had Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena, and she took on Ava Everett, who I feel like we have seen before. It was another squash match, the second one on this collision. Athena won via submission. It was some sort of leg lock over Ava's head. The announcers didn't call it anything. I have no idea what you called that. But she won by submission. Up next, we saw a women's tag match. We saw the Brawling Birds, and they took on Tiara James and Kayla Lopez. And this was our third squash of Collision.
Mm-hmm.
And the Brawling Birds won with a move they call two birds with one stone. And I believe they've won something like 9 matches in a row or something. Is that right? They're undefeated.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, I don't think they've lost. Yeah. Well, when you get a bunch of squash matches, you're going to be undefeated.
Yeah. I think they'll be the ones to take down Divine Dominion whenever that happens. And maybe at All In, maybe.
Okay.
Up next, we saw Boston's own Tommaso Ciampa, who they've started calling the Psycho Killer. He took on Myron Reed, who was accompanied by the other Rascals. And this is another one where it was a little too one-sided. Reed is very good. They should have let him they should have let him get more moves in.
Yeah.
Reed, of course, accompanied by the other Rascals. I think I just said that. Ciampa won. He hit a running knee to the head, which is the second time we saw that as a finish tonight, or on that show anyway. Running knee to the head. Ciampa got the pin and the win. Give it 3.5 bones out of 5 because it was good. Just like I said, a little too one-sided for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually gave it 3 bones.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And Ciampa played to the crowd a lot.
Ciampa's good at that.
Yeah. So he got to play a face for a night. Up next, Ring of Honor World Title match. We saw the world champion Bandito take on Adam Priest. And this was another squash match. Fourth fucking squash match of the night. I was not a fan of this collision, man. And Bandito won. He hit a bridging German suplex for the pin and kept the Ring of Honor World title. Now, again, what did AR Fox do to get a TNT title shot? What the fuck did Adam Priest do to get a Ring of Honor World title shot?
I think they was just throwing shit on this show, bro.
Yeah. And our main event was we had another women's match. We saw 2 women's matches for the main events this week. It was a TBS title match. We saw Hikaru Shida defend her newly won title against Queen Aminata, and it was okay. Shida won. She pinned Aminata with her feet on the ropes, so she cheated to win. I gave this one 3 bones out of 5.
I also gave it 3 bones out of 5. Just whatever.
Yeah, it was good, just nothing to write home about, really, you know. And Eric says, sorry, not good booking for that show. I totally agree, man. 4 squash matches. We did have 3 title matches, but 2 of those were squash matches. Wait, am I right about that? 1, 2.
What, for Collision?
1. No, one of those was a squash match. I'm sorry. The Ring of Honor World title match was a squash match. But yeah, we had 3 title matches: Ring of Honor World title, TBS title, and TNT title. And probably the best match on that show was Knight versus AR Fox, I think, probably.
Yeah.
So match of the week, what would you say?
Oh, easily Fletcher and Commander.
Yeah, I agree.
Easily Fletcher and Commander.
Yeah, that was the only match last week I gave 5 bones.
Yeah, that was the only one. And then my runner-up would have been Kevin Knight and AR Fox, followed by Jack Perry and Nick Twain.
I agree 100%. Yep. All right. Now we are going to talk about some topics, some news and rumors and all that sort of thing. First off, Fazby brought this up a couple minutes ago. Sammy Guevara removed all mentions of AEW and Ring of Honor from his X profile. We don't know when his contract ends, at least I don't. But is he leaving? Do you think he's leaving? And if so, where might he go? What do you think, Switch?
Honestly, even though I don't trust their booking, I could see him going to WWE, but not for the main roster. I could see him going to NXT if he was to leave. I could see him fitting in there. Hell, I could even see him winning the world title in NXT as a heel, because he has a little cocky arrogance to him, and I think it'll fit over there with that NXT brand.
I think that's it. But do you think he's going to leave?
Do I? I mean, yeah, because they haven't really been doing nothing with him.
He's been on Ring of Honor pretty regularly, but not in AEW.
Yeah, but if WWE comes calling, hey, go get that money. I know you're going to get more money over there than you are where you at right now.
And Off Falea says, hey, what's up, man? Thank you for joining.
What up?
I mean, I'd agree. I think you promote yourself at a place and then you take that place off your social media. I think it's safe to say you're unhappy there. You're going to leave when you can. So I do think he will leave. Again, we don't know when his contract up. So it might be 2 years from now. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But where should he go? Like Switch says, I don't trust them to book people right. But I think he would be, if they gave him a chance, he would be a hit in WWE. He's a risk taker. He takes fewer risks now that he's a father, but he is a risk taker, and got a great style, good high flying style. He's got a good personality, and as far as being a heel, like Switch said, being egotistical, being kind of vain, he really played that up when he first came to AEW. I think he could do something in NXT, WWE, whichever. Could be a big player in NXT and, mid-carder in WWE. So,
yeah,
I guess. Like you said, if you can get the money, go get it, man.
Yeah.
Off Falea says, Jeff Lane mentioned your Russo interview. Wow, that is great. Thank you to Jeff Lane. I need to reach out and thank him for that. He says, see, I'm from the Russo brand. Well, cool. And he says, good stuff, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, JCW affiliate. Whoop, whoop.
That's both of our favorite wrestling show right now, Lunacy, definitely. And I can't speak for Switch, but my favorite writer and definitely my favorite booker too of all time is Vince Russo. I love the zaniness of his stuff, how he puts comedy that's actually funny into his stuff, and the unpredictability. And he's good at pushing the people who deserve to get pushed, the people who bring it, that aren't phoning it in. I appreciate him. I love him.
Yeah, I just love the fact that he'll give people time. Like, look, you have this amount of time. Go out there, get yourself over. People that normally wouldn't even get that time.
And if you're a Russo fan, every Tuesday night, K Fabulous, Switch, and I do a show called Tuesday Night Russo. Tuesdays at 7, where it's always Vince Russo book shows and written. And right now we're going through the Attitude Era of WWF. So we started in December 97. Right now we're in May of 98. And so Tuesday at 7, we're watching Raw's War from May 18th, 1998. We're going through in order, watching all the Raws and all the pay-per-views. So who knows when we'll be done with it. He stayed until October 99. So it sounds like a bunch of shows, but Netflix doesn't have all the Raws on it. So we'll see. I don't know how long we'll be on that, but that's what we're doing on Tuesday Night Russo. Tuesdays at 7. So join us for that. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And Switch and I were there for all that originally, and now as kids, as teenagers, now we're looking back at it with adult eyes. Things come off very different.
Very.
Plus, we've seen it before. So it's like some of it is ingrained in your memory, Some of it we don't remember, which is kind of interesting. And Kay Fabulous, our co-host, she's never seen any of it. So she's getting to see the Attitude Era for the first time, which is pretty cool to be able to expose her to that. It's fun.
Yeah, like this past Tuesday, we watched the episode of Raw where DX drove the tank down to WCW to try to take over, and brought back good memories, man.
And got shut out.
Yeah, got shut out. And as far as Russo, like ever since we've been doing this stuff, I have a whole new outlook on Russo. I think back then I probably was just going with the crowd, with everybody bashing Russo on this, bashing on that. But going back and watching as an adult, I appreciate Russo so daggone much, man. Because we don't get the stuff that he does now unless you're watching JCW Lunacy, whoop whoop. But yeah, I've been rocking with it, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah. So Tuesday at 7, Tuesday Night Russo, join us. Well, let's get back to AEW. Bayley's WWE contract is believed to be up sometime in October. Her friend Mercedes Moné has been teasing Bayley's jump on social media. AEW is said to have major interest if Bayley tests free agency. So, Switch, does AEW need Bayley? And would you want to see her come to AEW?
AEW, they more than need Bayley. Mm-hmm. More than need Bayley. I don't want it to sound like I'm just shitting on the women, but I don't know if it's the booking or it's just because some of these women are just not getting themselves over. They're not. Mm-hmm. The women's division is lacking, and it's been like that ever since Tony really left. Ever since she hasn't been on there, it's just like Tekla is basically holding it down herself right now. Mm-hmm. And as far as do I want to see her over there? Yes, because I think WWE's about ready to wash their hands of her, because it doesn't seem. I mean, she's was in the little thing with Valkyria and stuff, but it still doesn't seem like they're too invested in Bayley right now. And plus, they're letting all these people go. She might be one of them ones they go to and ask, we need to cut your contract down. And if that happens, I think Bayley's going to be like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm jumping over to AEW because I know that they would welcome her in with open arms, and that division needs it. That would be a good injection into the arm of the women's division.
Yeah, and she, she's a veteran at this point. If she would, and I think she would, she would act as a coach to some of these younger women like Julia Hart, Queen Aminata, Maya World, people like that. I think it would help AEW a whole lot, her coming over. And, like you said, with the women, I just tell you, one of the things that I felt from a lot of them, and I hate to say this, is just like a lack of passion. I don't get the feeling of like when Will Ospreay comes out, he wants to put on a 5-bone match. He wants to do his utter best. And when a lot of these women come out, I don't get that feeling from them, man. They don't know how to like work the crowd, a lot of them, and they just need help. And I think Bayley could help.
Tekla, she does it.
Yeah.
Willow, she does it.
Yeah, Mercedes,
she does it. Harley Cameron, even though she's not a great in the ring, she brings a presence. You don't expect Harley to win championships, which I wish she would. I just love Harley and stuff. But yeah, man, because like you said, Bayley could help out so many of them. Julia, Sky Blue. Yeah, I would welcome that. I would welcome that.
And Eric says there was no women's match on Raw this past Monday, and WWE fans was mad about it. I would be too. And I think I'm a fan. I like the men better. I'll be honest. They're just better at it. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's some women who are better than the men. Like I think Charlotte Flair is better than most of the men in WWE.
My baby.
But my point is, I think there should be at least one women's match on every show. And if you have a good, talented women's roster, maybe at least two. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they should be mad. That's just totally excluding the women in 2026 is not smart. Not a good move. Faz B says the promo flyer from Monet about Wrestle Dream about her facing Bailey wasn't an accident. I did not see that actually.
Me
and
neither.
Wrestle Dream, they usually do it. I'm not sure if they've announced it for this year. They usually do it in October. And as I said, that's when Bailey's contract is believed to be up, is October. But WWE, a lot of times they have that 90-day non-compete clause. So if it's up in October, she couldn't wrestle for AEW until January.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they come to her and try and restructure her contract, like Switch mentioned, maybe she'd be available sooner, but that's what they did to New Day. And it seems like New Day still has the 90-day thing because they still haven't signed with anyone.
Yeah, I don't understand how it works with Shea. Like, basically, like if Sheamus gets released or if he got released, he can compete. He can just go compete.
Yeah. Could he?
Yeah. They say he doesn't have a 90-day clause for his job if he gets let out of his contract.
So I guess just some people have it and some don't, I guess. I don't know. I wish we could read some of these contracts. It would be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Fazby says, is it the black shirt or have you lost weight, Asa?
Nope, I pointed out yesterday.
I have lost weight. I've lost 49 pounds in the last several months, actually. Thank you for noticing. Been eating better, been doing a little exercise, and I'm on Ozempic, which I'm not ashamed to say. I don't care. I have diabetes. So like it's for diabetics. Like I was way too fat. I needed to lose weight. And I needed to lose weight so that exercising wasn't uncomfortable, So now I plan to exercise more. I'm trying to get I was 264. Now I'm 215. I'd like to get down to like 180, 190, ideally, So I'm trying to K Fabulous and I are both losing weight, trying to get in shape. Get in shape now so when we're old, we're not out of shape, not fat and out of shape. So we're both trying to do that right now. Eric says, congratulations. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Faz B says, Asa is shining. Good for you.
You. Trying to get Cobra Slim.
I feel so much better than I did. And like I said, I've changed my diet a lot. That's helped.
Good, man.
I eat way less just junk. But I'm doing Weight Watchers too. We're both doing Weight Watchers where you get so many points. It's like you put in your weight, you put how much you're trying to lose, and then they give you like I got 37 points a day. So it's like fruit is 0, a lot of vegetables are 0, but then like ice cream, like if you want like a drumstick ice cream cone, those are that's like 16 points or something, that's like half your daily points. So you can have junk, but you better eat really well the rest of the day. So it's pretty cool. It's a good way
what's up.
It's a good way to do it. And it makes you think more about what you're eating.
You're eating.
Yeah. And it's like when you look at it, you're like, God damn, I ate that and that. I didn't eat well today, Anyways, we're trying. I'm trying my best.
Y'all doing good though, man.
Thanks, man. And Fazby said Kay's glasses look bigger on her, so I think she's losing a lot too. She's lost 15 pounds so far. And like I said, she's not on a GLP-1, so I got the advantage over her. But yeah, we're both trying to lose it. We're both 42. And as I said, we're getting older. I don't want to be, fat and out of shape when I'm like 60. So we're trying to get in shape and stay that way, trying to look ahead to the future a little bit. Eric Tate says, I've been drinking a lot of tea now. Tea is very good for you. Good for your immune system, good for your metabolism too. So that's good. Let's get back to wrestling. Fazby says walking is the key, guys. 10,000 steps is the best. That's true. We got to step it up with walking. We usually take the dog for a walk. Well, I say usually. Half the days we take the dog for a walk in the morning. But that's been my main exercise is walking. And honestly, I just shoot for like 6,000 steps a day. And
Yeah, that's been mine.
Right, because 10,000 is a lot. That's a lot of
It
steps.
is.
All right, now back to the wrestling. We can talk about fitness stuff all day. All right, Paramount is trying to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery has AEW's TV contract through 2027, and Warner Brothers has the option for 2028 if they want to renew it. So, Switch, do you foresee Paramount's acquisition of Warner Brothers affecting AEW negatively? Because we saw this before. We saw the AOL Time Warner merger in 2001. That is what killed WCW because Time Warner said, we don't care what ratings it's doing. We don't want any part of wrestling. So do you think, we could see the same thing happen if Paramount buys Warner Brothers? Because Paramount, we don't know their stance on wrestling, but we know, the big ones who wanted it were Warner Brothers. That's why they put it on. So now, will Paramount care that Warner Brothers had this contract already? I mean, they have to honor it, but could you see them dropping AEW? What do you think?
It wouldn't surprise me, man. Mergers always, ever since WCW, it makes me worry. Mm-hmm. When WWE was saying they were selling to TKO, I freaking hated it. I freaking hated it. I honestly don't want to see this. I don't want to see this happen because I'm scared that shit's going to change for the worse. And I do not want that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to. Now, and here, Fazby says TK is very good friends with Paramount executives. I know he's been saying good things about I forget his name now. I was reading about it earlier today. He's been saying very good things about the highest guy with Paramount. Now, I don't know, are they really good friends? Is he just kissing his butt? I don't know. But hopefully he is good friends with him. Hopefully, again, I don't know their take on it. Hopefully Paramount does want AEW. Like I said, Dynamite has been doing pretty good on its demos. It got this past week, Dynamite got 786,000 viewers, which is pretty good. It's no major hit, but it's a hit, especially a hit for cable. And then we don't even know how many viewers it does on HBO. They don't report it. That's just the TDS rating. Mm-hmm. So they're probably doing over 1 million viewers a show.
Probably so.
I'm sure they are, but we really don't know. But so again, would Paramount even care about the ratings? They've never been associated with wrestling in the past, to my knowledge.
Not that I know of.
So is it something like with the cursing, with the with the blood? I mean, AEW can get pretty extreme sometimes.
Which that would hurt me because WWE doesn't show blood unless it's an accident. AEW gets down and dirty, and it reminds me of the good old days. And if you take that away from me, I'm gonna be really upset about AEW.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of the things that really separate AEW from WWE. Are the fact that they will go a little more hardcore. You'll see more weapons. You'll see more blood. You get more adult language, which makes the promos seem more real. Makes it seem like they're talking from the heart more. I feel like,
But if TK is really good friends with them, I'm hoping that if they do end up doing that, okay, Paramount is just backing them, and they're not going to change nothing. Just keep doing what y'all doing, and we'll back you up. That I will be more than fine with.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, in a merger, who knows?
Exactly.
Because some person who has never been associated with AEW now is going to be put in charge of whatever division AEW is going to be in this new company. So who knows who it's going to be, what they think about wrestling, what they think about the AEW product, what the fuck they're going to do. I mean, we don't know. That's what Switch said, is that uncertainty that comes with a merger makes you nervous, because we have no idea what Paramount is going to do with it. But regardless of what Paramount does come 2028, AEW will find a home somewhere. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
TNA could get a contract with AMC, AEW will have no problem getting a TV contract. Now, how much will they get paid? I don't know. Will it be as good as the Turner contract? I don't know. We'll see what their ratings do, but they will find a home somewhere. Let's see. We got a bunch of comments here. TK Fastboy says TK is hoping for Paramount to get it. Okay, I didn't know how he felt about it. And he says Paramount is backed by Arab money. Arab money, I guess is how you pronounce it. Arab is the southern way. Arab.
Yeah, that's what I say. Arab money.
Arab money. Didn't know that either. And Faz B says, also AEW is on my AEW. Right. And he says, we all love AEW because of the rated R. On AEW. Without it, it will be another WWE. I wouldn't go that far, but it would definitely get, because their wrestlers are far and away better than WWE's wrestlers. Their matches are. Even the few storylines they do are more interesting than WWE's storylines, which I don't watch the show, but I read about it sometimes, and it just seems terrible. But I get what you're saying. It would be closer to WWE. And he said TV 14. I mean, yeah. The pay-per-views get R-rated, though, for real, with the blood and sticking syringes through people's cheeks and shit.
Yeah.
Lord. And Eric said WWE Raw was on a Paramount Network, Spike TV. Yeah, good point.
It was. I didn't know Spike was part of Paramount.
Yeah, Viacom. They bought Viacom, which was like Nickelodeon, Spike, MTV, all that stuff. So good call, Eric. Paramount has been associated with wrestling in the past. Thank you for reminding us of that. But again, what will this new form of Paramount, with a merger, new executives coming, people changing jobs, changing divisions, what will that look like? But thank you for reminding us. Paramount has been involved with WWE before. Faz B says, the day AEW dies, so does my love for wrestling. It's the only thing holding me right now. I hate to hear that.
Oh, gosh, that's so sad to hear.
So, yeah, I love AEW. What got me back in was WWE stuff going on. But what really got me back super into wrestling when I started watching again was AEW. Definitely, yeah. I hadn't really watched it, and then the COVID pandemic hit in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had all this free time. I did, at least. I had all this free time, and I went back and watched every AEW from the first year, and got hooked. Yeah.
I've been watching since it first dropped.
Mm-hmm. And see, I watched it first. I was like, "There's not enough selling. There's too much flippy shit. It looks too choreographed." And maybe I was right, but there was more to it than I first gave. I mean, I'm just saying that after watching it for 30 minutes one time, maybe.
But see, the first year, I enjoyed the storylines the first year. And then I don't know what happened after that. Like you had Chris Jericho putting his squad together. You had Don Callis doing his thing. You had the Elite doing their thing. I enjoyed it, man. Then just storylines just started going away.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, they used to do more storylines than they do now. True. They've really just gone further and further to just wrestling, which they need to get away from. Your average television show viewer, and Vince Russo was talking about this in the interview we did with him. Your average TV show viewer, they want that other stuff, And even I feel like your average wrestling viewer, they want that other stuff. They want the storylines. They want the drama. We want to feel connected to these wrestlers, but if you don't give them solid characters, we can't feel connected to them. They have to be able to talk, and we have to see how they react to situations, not just matches.
Yeah.
And the better they do that, the more connected we feel, the more tickets we'll buy, the more merch we'll buy, etc.
More invested.
And Russo also pointed out, he said for years, what they've always seen in ratings, they get detailed ratings breakdowns. And he said always, matches on, ratings go down. He said a non-wrestling segment is on, ratings go back up. So like I said, I think your average fan wants that stuff. So hopefully AEW starts doing more of it. I hope they do. I don't know what direction they're going to head, though, honestly.
Yeah.
So I hope they do, because all they do right now is like backstage interviews, which is not enough. We need, like I said, situations, choices to be made, not just, hey, I'm tough, I'm going to beat you, which is essentially what every promo is in AEW.
Yep.
I'm tough, I'm going to win the match. We need stories with choices to show us who these people are. That's enough of that. Faz B says, I quit on WWE when they buried The Fiend to Oldberg, and luckily that's when AEW was born. Yeah, I hated that. Wasn't that in Saudi Arabia? Goldberg beat The Fiend?
I think so, yeah.
Dumb decision. And I'm a Goldberg fan, but that was a dumb decision, man. They should have protected that Fiend character way more than they did. Terrible decision. Fazby says, never look back at WWE after that. I don't blame you. And Fazby, even porn without a story isn't worth watching. It's definitely better with a story. I'll agree with you there.
Man.
I would rather watch softcore porn with a story than hardcore porn with no story, to be honest. I don't watch porn anymore. But like a lot of us men in America, I used to. And I think you're right about that. That's funny. Fazby says, sorry, I had to go there. No,
I love it.
That's a good comparison. There, a lot of times it's the same level of acting ability, so that's a good comparison. So we'll see what happens with this Paramount deal. I don't know.
Yeah,
could affect AEW in a big way. Could not. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out sometime this year, because I think that merger is being held up right now for some legal reason I don't understand, but I think it's going to go through. So we'll see. All right. Here's just some news. Tony Khan says Stephen Borden, one of Sting's sons, will be, quote, a tremendous wrestler. Borden is currently competing in dark matches before nearly every AEW show. So that's good to hear that he's developing, that they're putting him in the ring, getting his reps before they put him on TV, all green. What do you think, Switch? Are you excited to see Sting's son wrestle?
I'm both excited and nervous.
Okay.
Because, Sting is an icon, yo. Yeah. He's a freaking icon. And coming behind him as a son, this will be second generation. Mm-hmm. I'm nervous for him. I don't know how the fans are going to take to him. I don't know if he's going to try to work as if he's living off his dad's name. I'm anxious to see that, but I'm nervous at the same time.
I agree.
I'd love to see these dark matches, though.
Maybe we could find them. I mean, somebody's got to be recording them somewhere. They are. Hopefully they're on the internet. I don't know. Juzz Two-Tone Moto says, I don't know. Is that a guy of yours?
Yes, that's my cousin right there. That's my little cousin. Cool.
What's up, man?
That's my little cousin.
What's your? Is that like hi?
So that's the thing that we used to do when growing up. So like if we see somebody or need to get somebody's attention, we'd be like, you're. So that was the signal. So if somebody said that, you knew who it was. You just look, yeah, okay, I know who that is. Before you even turn around, you know who that was.
All right. Yeah. Well, you're. So yeah, I'm excited. Like Switch said, I couldn't have said it much better. I'm excited and nervous for him. I'm excited to see him. He looked when we saw him on TV was Revolution 2024, Sting's final match. He came out dressed as, I think it was Wolfpack Sting.
That's what I was about to ask. So it's Wolfpack. And I was always thinking it was going to be the other one, because the other one looked like he was kind of built to be a wrestler.
I think it was Wolfpack Sting. I'm going to look it up right now real quick.
Because Wolfpack Sting looked a little smaller. I was like, okay, I can see the other one, because he kind of, with the face paint on and everything, he kind of looked like young Sting.
You're right. Well, when he first came out, I thought it was Sting doing a retro thing,
Yeah.
But he was better built than his dad was at 62 or however old he was.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Eric Take asking, how come they call them dark matches? They're called dark matches, I believe, because they're not televised. Am I right, Asa?
Yep.
So there'll be matches like they'll either put on before the show or after a show.
Mm-hmm. Like Raw back in the day, 1998 era. These that we're watching on Tuesday Night Russo, Tuesdays at 7. Mm-hmm. A lot of Raws, they would have a dark match after the main event of Raw. So a lot of times it was like if Stone Cold didn't have a match on the show, they would want the live fans to still get Stone Cold. So he would be in the dark match, maybe not the main event of the TV show, but the last match in the arena that night, you know? Yeah. They would put some of the bigger stars that didn't fit into the script that night. Stone Cold, Undertaker, Kane, whomever, you know? Usually dark matches are before shows, but as Switch said, they in the past they would be after shows. Usually nowadays they're before the TV shows, though. And Eric Tate says, was Sunday Night Heat dark too? I think they would have a dark match too, but I mean the show itself, no. Like I said, it's dark matches means matches that are at a TV taping, but they are not on TV. So I looked it up. Stephen Borden was Wolfpack Sting at Revolution 2024. And he did a stinger splash from like a third of the way across the ring. It was pretty impressive.
Does he come in and help Darby?
Mm-hmm. So I hope he does well. And as you said, you know, is he coming in? Is he going to wrestle like his dad? Is he going to try and carry that along, or is he going to be his own wrestler and not do the Scorpion Death Drop, not do the Scorpion Leg Lock, not do the Stinger Splash? Honestly, I would like to see him do some of that stuff. I'd say keep Sting's legend alive. Let him do that stuff. Why not? That's what I say. Maybe he doesn't need to do the face paint and all that, but even if he does the face paint, I'm fine with that.
I don't think that the splash or the Scorpion Deathlock should be his finisher, but I think he should use it. I think he should have his own finisher, but he should definitely use traits of those. Not all the time, but occasionally.
So in these dark matches, he is not wearing makeup. He is not dressing like Sting. I'm not sure how he's wrestling. I've not seen these dark matches. I'm going to try and find out, and we'll find out.
I would like for him, if when he does debut, do not wear that paint. Bring that paint out when you need to channel your dad. You know, you can use that paint as part of the storyline. If he was just to come out wearing the paint, it's not going to mean nothing. Let him get some reps in for a few months and get into a feud that requires him to put that war paint on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Kind of like with Finn Balor and the Demon, kind of.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Bryan Danielson has been away from AEW commentary since Spring Breakthrough in April. So about 3 months. Tony Khan says Danielson is, quote, beat up, and Khan's given Danielson time to rest and recover. There's no timeline for Danielson's return to commentary. So, Switch, do you miss him on commentary? And further than that, and you can include Bryan Danielson in this, who should be the Dynamite commentators?
Well, look, I'm going to tell you this, bro. Before we even go that far, I love the Big Show. Take his big ass off of commentary.
Definitely, yeah.
Take his, bruh. I talk shit about Excalibur, but that team that they had there for the show, nobody could call a move. Nobody could call out a move.
What was that? Was that Collision?
I think it was Collision. But I can't remember, but
it was.
I miss Daniel Bryanson on that, but yeah. As far as replacing, I was liking Daddy Magic when he was on there, man.
He was good.
I like that. I like listening to Daddy Magic. I love listening to Nigel when he's on there.
Okay.
And Taz. But Big Show.
Say they're gonna do a 3-man Dynamite team. Who should the 3 be?
Tony, Nigel, Taz. Okay. That's my 3. That's my go-to team right there for my commentator. I don't know why I don't care for Excalibur.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the mask thing. Commentators, I want to see my commentator's face. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. That's a little weird.
Yeah. But those three right there, I love them three because Taz is gonna break down the moves to you and psychology. Nigel, he does great both sides, and then you get that good color from Tony, which is the dude's just legendary Hall of Famer commentator. I love it. But that's my three right there. What about you?
So no JR.
I told you I only want JR for one-offs right now. I don't think JR has it the way that he used to, which is understandable with all the health problems he's been through, the age. You bring JR out for a main event and let him do his thing, but I don't think JR has it no more, but I don't want to see him completely gone.
Yeah, but he probably should at this point. Probably should retire. He's having brain surgery in August.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure for what, but they're cutting up his brain in August.
Yeah, man.
So hopefully that goes well. He's had nothing but health problems, man. He's not been a lucky guy.
I'm trying to hold on to my childhood voices, and he's one. JR's one of them, man. And it just sucks to get old, bro. It really does, because JR is one of the greatest.
So my three. Maybe this is a boring answer because it's kind of already the three that we don't always see him, but we usually see him. I would do Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, Taz. Just because Excalibur is the best play-by-play guy they have. He's not like my favorite announcer ever or anything, but he's the best play-by-play they have. And as many different moves as AEW stars do, you need to have somebody that knows the moves, knows the Japanese moves and the Mexican moves and all that stuff. So Excalibur and Tony for the color and the history. He knows the history of wrestling because he's been there.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Taz to break it down and to give like no bullshit kind of takes on stuff, you know?
Yeah. And Excalibur was missed. And that's funny coming from me. He was missed. This past Collision, man. It was even hard to watch, but I had to watch it. Usually I can sit down and just watch Collision all the way through, but listening to them I was like, okay, I need to chill for a minute.
It was not a good Collision, man. Not a good episode. Eric says, do you think Tony was good in the old WWF in '89? I think he was good. I think he really started to get better when he returned to WCW because he went from NWA to WWF and then to WCW when NWA Mid-Atlantic became WCW. So around like 92 or 93, I think is when Tony started to get good.
Come into his own,
kind of felt more comfortable and took over as like the lead role, the lead commentator. But I thought he was all right in WWF in '89, but WWF then had still Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. They didn't really need Tony back then, you know?
Yeah, I didn't think he fit. It's not that he was bad. I just didn't think he fit with WWF back then.
Yeah, I could see that. So, yeah, we'll see when Bryan Danielson returns. Neither one of us included him in our Dynamite announcer lineup, so I don't know. Y'all out there, do you want Danielson to be a permanent member of the broadcast team? I don't know. I'd rather hear Mick Foley as on the broadcast team than Danielson.
That would be, my Danielson, I want him in the ring.
Yeah,
that's the only place I want him at.
And like Switch said, I'd rather hear Nigel McGuinness than Danielson, too. So, I don't know. All right, Dustin Rhodes, who's currently rehabbing from surgery. I could be wrong about this. I think he got a double knee replacement, didn't he?
No, you're right.
That's rough, man. Rhodes expects to get medical clearance for an in-ring return soon. Rhodes says, quote, it's not too late for him to become AEW World Champion. So, Switch, would you want to see that? Is this something Tony Khan should even consider?
It's something that Tony Khan should consider. It's something that I want to see. And it's something that Dustin deserves.
Okay.
I believe he deserves to hold that belt. I'm not saying have a long title run with it. Not saying that because he probably can't take that with a double knee replacement. But my boy needs to hold a world championship before he's done. All the years he's been putting in work, all the stuff he's been through, he can be world champ. He still puts on good matches at this age. Some of these matches are better now at this age than they was back in the day.
I agree.
So Tony should consider it. Dustin deserves it, and damn it, I want to see it. Not anytime soon, because we got to go through the whole Ospreay's run, because he's gonna have a nice little run with it whenever he does get it. But after that, let him hold that thing for a month or so. Let him, just give him his flowers, man.
I couldn't have said it better. I totally agree. We'll just leave it at that. All right, some more news. Former TNA World Champion Sami Callihan, released from TNA last month, is working for AEW as a backstage producer, and he is believed to be working without a contract. So good thing he found a job. I don't know what segments, what matches he's been producing. Hopefully he's doing a good job and can get a contract with them. So good for him.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Now it's time.
Let's go.
For the top 5. This is your AEW top 5 rankings for July 22nd, 2026. Every week, we rank the top 5 men, the top 5 women, and the top 5 teams in AEW. We each submit our own top 5. We roll dice over it. We play dominoes. We insult each other's families. We stomp on each other's feet over it. And eventually, we come up with a cohesive top 5. So here it is for July 22nd. Women first. So number 5... down 2 spots from number 3. 2 weeks ago was the last time we did AEW Weekly. So down 2 spots from number 3 is Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena, who did get a win this week, but it was over an enhancement talent. So didn't count for much, the win. Number 4 this week, same spot as 2 weeks ago, the Owen Hart Cup winner, Mercedes Moné. Number 3 this week jumps back into the top 5 after winning that Casino Gauntlet match. She is getting a world title shot Sunday at Redemption, and that is Willow Nightingale at number 3. Number 2, same spot as 2 weeks ago. She made a successful TBS title defense on Collision over Queen Aminata, and that is Hikaru Shida at number 2. And number 1, she didn't have a match this week, but she is the women's world champion. She's been there for months. Number 1 is Tekla, the Toxic Spider. So number 1, Tekla. Number 2, Hikaru Shida. Number 3, Willow Nightingale. Number 4, Mercedes Moné. And number 5, Athena. For the teams, almost all the teams, AEW doesn't book their teams very consistently. They'll stop and start with teams. They'll have teams go 2 weeks without a match. They'll throw together a team 1 week and they're on a different team the next week. So our teams rankings kind of go up and down. And 4 of the teams out of the top 5 this week are new to the top 5 rankings this week. So number 5, the undefeated Brawling Birds, who beat Enhancement Talent on Collision, I think it was.
Yep.
Number 4, what I think is a good trios team, and they beat Enhancement Talent this week, and that's the team of Brian Cage, CMLL champion Hechicero, and Jake Doyle. Number 3, they are a team. They're former World Tag Team champions, and that is Brodito, Brody King, and Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. Number 2, pretty good team. They won the Dynamite main event last week. And that is Owen Hart Cup winner Mercedes Moné and the Women's World Tag Team Champions Divine Dominion. And the trios team there, So Mercedes Moné ranks in the singles and in the teams this week. She is the only one to do that.
Double dipping.
Mm-hmm. And number one this week, they're back up. They were number 3 2 weeks ago. They defended their titles against Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia last week on Dynamite. And that's number 1, Cope and Cage, the World Tag Champs. So number 1, Cope and Cage. Number 2, Mercedes Moné and Divine Dominion. Number 3, Brodito. Number 4, Brian Cage, Hechicero, and Jake Doyle. Number 5, Brawling Birds. And last but not least, the men's top 5. So breaking into the top 5 this week, he beat Jake Doyle to earn a shot at the national title on Sunday's pay-per-view against Mark Davis. And number 5, Andrade El Idolo. Number 4, up one spot from number 5 2 weeks ago. He is the new international champion, successfully defended his international title against Bandito, and that is Kyle Fletcher. Number 3, down a spot from number 2 because he didn't have a match this week, didn't have a singles match this week, but he was the Owen Hart Cup winner. He is getting the world title shot at All In August. Number 3, Will Ospreay of the Death Riders. Number 2, up one spot from number 3. So he and Will Ospreay just swapped spots. He successfully defended his TNT title against AR Fox this week. Number 2, Kevin Knight, who gets a chance to win the world title on Sunday from Kenny Omega.
Also holds the record for most title defenses with that belt.
Yeah, he's been defending it at least once a week. Yeah, I feel like. So good. Yeah, good for him. There have been a lot of TNT champions, so I didn't know that until this week that he had the record for title defenses. That's pretty good. In a pretty short time. He's only had that for a couple months.
Yeah, he's at up to 9 defenses now.
I think that's right. Yep. And number 1, up 3 spots from number 4 2 weeks ago. He's the new world heavyweight champion, and that is Kenny Omega defending against Knight on Sunday. Knight's title is not on the line in that match. So number 1, Kenny Omega, the world champ. Number 2, Kevin Knight, the TNT champ. Number 3, Will Ospreay, the Owen Hart Cup winner. Number 4, Kyle Fletcher, the international champ. And number 5, Andrade El Idolo, the probably soon-to-be national champion.
How you know?
And last but not least, folks, we're going to talk about Dynamite, which starts in 37 minutes. They are in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City tonight. So here's what we got going on. Main event is a trios match. Kind of a weird team. First up, we have the world champ Kenny Omega teaming with 2 of the Death Riders, and that's Continental Champion Jon Moxley and Owen Hart Cup winner Will Ospreay. And I guess Moxley and Ospreay are faces tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with those 2 and the Death Riders and being face or heel. But that team is taking on a Callis family team. Brian Cage, Hechicero, and Jake Doyle. The team that we just had where in the rankings? Number 4 this week. So I'm sure Omega, Moxley, and Ospreay are going to win. It would be nice if we could question some of these winners, but Tony Khan's booking it's too predictable.
And as far as that trios right there, Mark Davis needs to lose that belt, and they need to put Mark Davis and Jake Doyle back together as a tag team.
That'd be cool.
The 3 weeks that they was a tag team, oh my gosh, that was something scary.
That'd be a great team, I think. And Eric Tate says it is in a small arena tonight. All right.
Okay.
Also tonight, TNT title match. The Jet, Kevin Knight of the Callis family, who will almost surely be accompanied by Don Callis. He is defending against a former TNT champion, Darby Allin. So, if Knight, now they're not going to do this, but if Knight loses tonight, it might set him up for a world title win on Sunday. If Tony Khan really wants to surprise us, But I don't think there's a chance in the world that's happening.
He got the balls.
Yeah, no. Knight winning the world title is not happening Sunday. Now, he might lose the TNT title tonight, but he's definitely not winning the world title Sunday. Who you think Allen's going to win it tonight or what?
No, I think it's going to be a DQ finish.
Okay. So Allen wins by DQ?
Yeah.
Okay. Also tonight, another title match. We got the Women's World Tag Team title match. It's a no DQ match. The champions, Divine Dominion, which, I don't know, I think they're undefeated, aren't they? I can't remember them losing to anyone.
I mean, they've been having squash matches too.
True. They are taking on the Artist of Stardom champions. So I guess they went over to Japan and won this week. The Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And I don't think there's a chance Divine Dominion drop the belts tonight. Yeah.
I don't think so. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think so.
So no DQ. We could see World Champ Tekla get involved. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. But I think there's a small chance Julia and Sky Blue win them. But as I said, I think
Monet could get involved too.
True. True. And then maybe start setting up Monet versus Tekla.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see some sort of shenanigans in that match for sure. That's a good call,
Yeah.
Switch. But I think Divine Dominion will keep the titles. Also tonight, we'll have a segment that'll see Women's World Champ Tekla face-to-face with her challenger at Redemption Sunday, Willow Nightingale. And also tonight, Clark Connors, one half of the Dogs, is going to take on the leader of the Bang Bang Gang, Switchblade Jay White. So that should be a good one. So it looks like a good show tonight, I think.
Should be.
Good show. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 matches, which would lead you to believe there's going to be a lot of talking. But sometimes AEW advertises all the matches they're going to do that night. Sometimes they don't. So
yeah,
we'll
but
see.
Also remember it is a pay-per-view coming up this weekend, so it'll probably be a lot of talking.
Yep.
Leading up to it, which I don't mind for the week before a pay-per-view.
No, yeah. They gotta sell the angles and build them up a little. Give us the stories they're gonna give us, you know.
Yeah, sell these shows, put these butts in seats.
I mean, the feuds have been going on. I think the show has been built as well as any AEW pay-per-view this year. I think it's been built pretty well.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how they kind of bring it home tonight. All right, and Eric here real quick says the new NBA 2K27 looks amazing this year. Okay, cool. I've not looked at it.
I heard Wimby supposed to be on the cover.
Okay. You think they'd put Jalen Brunson on the cover, you know?
You would think. Not yet.
I was looking at picking up college football 2K27. Honestly, since we got the Jaws pinball machine, I've not played one video game.
You've been killing that junk.
Yeah. I like pinball. I love video games, but I like pinball better than video games, honestly. Anyways, all right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. Real quick, here's our schedule coming up this week. We got a lot going on. We are not doing a Dynamite watch along tonight because K Fabulous and I are tired. That's why. So sorry about that. Tomorrow night, Switch, K Fabulous and I are doing a JCW Lunacy watch along, 6:55. And Vince Russo is out of town tomorrow night. He will not be on the show. And he has recruited Choppa City. The World Tag Team Champions are going to book the show tomorrow night. Now, their booking has to be approved by 50% owner, Violent J. But Choppa City are booking the show. So who knows what the fuck's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen on Lunacy. Never.
I can't wait.
Which is why we love that show. So again, 6:55 is our watch along. In fact, Switch and I were on Lunacy back on July 2nd. They showed us for about 10 seconds. showed our reactions to the revolution that Danny Moe was the Outbreak's drug dealer and Barnabas the Bizarre's daughter. So we were on TV. We were famous for 10 seconds. So that was pretty cool. So we love JCW, and they have a new website, very cool. Well done, jcwlunacy.net. They got roster information. They have every episode of Lunacy is on there. You can buy tickets, see their events, and they're going to have a merch. Thank you, and they're going to have a 2D game, a 2D JCW game coming out very soon. So cool website. Check it out. That's tomorrow, 6:55. Friday at 7. Switch, K-Fabulous, Wolf, and I are doing our AEW Redemption predictions, and where we predict the winners of the matches. Of course, whoever gets the most correct wins the No Bones About Wrestling Predictions Championship belt, which I currently have. I've won the last 2 months. In fact, in the last 2 AEW shows, I've picked 17 of 18 matches correct. Which I'm saying, 1, to brag on myself a little, but 2, to just say how predictable Tony Khan's booking is a lot of the time. Come on, Tony, change it up, man. Like, you shouldn't be able to pick everything right.
Yeah.
But that's Friday at 7 is our prediction show. Sunday, AEW Redemption starts at 7. Our coverage will not start at 7, but we are covering it. I cannot tell you when it's going to start. I think it'll start before 8. K-Fabulous and I are going to an independent show here in North Carolina. It's like an hour and a half away, so I'm not sure really when we're going to be home. But again, I bet it'll be before 8. If you want to be sure to catch us when it starts, subscribe to our podcast. It'll tell you right when we start on Sunday. But it'll be K-Fabulous, Switch, Wolf, and I, AEW Redemption. And next Tuesday Night Russo at 7 o'clock, we are watching WWF Raw is War from May 18th, 1998. Skipping 3 weeks into the future. We'll try and fill you in on what happened between the episode we watched last night and the episode we're watching Tuesday.
Yep.
So, folks, that does it. That's our schedule for the next week. If you can't remember all that, that's fine. Schedule is on our X account, and that is at No Bones Wrestling, at No Bones RASSLIN. I post wrestling news on there, retro content, our schedules, our shows are on there, show previews, all that is on X. Everything we've done is on youtube.com/at No Bones About Wrestling, and we're on TikTok at No Bones About Wrestling. Thanks to everybody who talked to us tonight. Faz B, Eric, Juz, Two-Tone Mode. Who else? There was somebody else in there. Daz Reynolds. All y'all, thank you very much for talking to us. We love hearing your opinions. We love your questions, especially here on AEW Weekly. When we're not watching a show, we're just doing a show for y'all. Keep it up. And for those of you who are watching and don't talk to us, talk to us. We're nice. Tell us what you like about AEW, what you hate, what you want to see, what you think about these shows. We want to hear from you. We love hearing from our viewers. We're nice. We're not gonna, we're not gonna be mean to you. I promise.
Nope.
So, Switch, you have anything you want to say before we go?
Nah, man. Y'all know, just come in, rock out with us every time we do this. Appreciate y'all. You can go on my CGR Productions page. Check out the new song my brother just dropped called Smoke and Mirrors. I dropped a new song last night called Last Breathing. Basically a little take from Tupac. Shouting out Tupac in that one. But other than that, come right here and do what we do, what we love doing. We appreciate all of y'all. And to Fast, I see you threw up the year, kids. So you're back at you. Y'all go get with that, man. But yeah, man, that's about it for me, man.
So yeah, CGR Productions. Go check out Switch and his brother's songs. They're very talented. And Switch did the song that you are about to hear as we play ourselves out. Y'all enjoyed Dynamite tonight. Again, we are not doing a watch along, but I hope you enjoy it. And we will see you tomorrow at 6:55 for our JCW Lunacy watch along. Everybody, love yourselves, love each other, and for the love of God, use your turn signals out there. Please stay safe. Everybody have a great night. Switch, thank you as always. Enjoy.
Already, bro. You go get you some rest, man.
Yeah, man. And here's Switch's theme for us as we're heading out. Bye, everybody.
Set the tone. New war zone. Yeah, we came to talk that pain and gold. No bones about it. Let it roll. Asa's got them good stack high. Old take heat and that sharp eye. Manager day shame. Make fly. Seen every lockup, every running lie. Play fabulous, can't link, but she locked in quick. Costume drama, that spot lick slick. The pageantry, the flair, the grit. Found her home in the chaos of it. Switch been down since way back when. Oriflex Dark Dot Sports again. CTR with that brother team. No bones crew. We the body slam dream. Time to welcome everybody to the room then. Balls for a brand of super kick them in the chin. Take a hound to the moon. Watch them run and feel. No bones about wrestling. Now is here. Books, toys, docs, and game night fights. Old